Hello and welcome everyone to another Comic Movie Marks video.
A bell can't be unrung. Woo!
That's right, we got a teaser, my friends, of Zack Snyder's Justice League. It is here. We finally see footage of Zack Snyder's Justice League in color. I was worried that he would start showing stuff in black and white, but no, this baby is in color. And
it's beautiful. It's 30 seconds, and the man is amazing.
Best 30 seconds of my life. It really is the best 30 seconds of my life, and I've done a lot of things in 30 seconds.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. The man is amazing when it comes to teaser trailers and trailers just in general. I don't know how much input he has on his typical trailers that he puts out for movies, but I feel like every single one of them is just fantastic. And this, without exception, is just beautifully done. And again, just a nice little sneak peek. This has been a long time coming. This has been a long road. We've seen some of the images from this already. Some brief glimpses, as Matt said. This is finally in color, and it's finally here. We have just beautiful.
That's all you can say. You almost get lost when you start watching it.
Yeah, I do. I'm like, man, it's fantastic.
Over the years, the images that we've pieced together from this particular scene in general, and it's here. It is here, guys. Like, there were so many people that had huge reactions to when it was announced, and yeah, I kind of admitted I didn't have the greatest reaction ever because that's just us. We don't really do reaction stuff. There's a reason why Comic Movie Marks don't do reaction videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Shane and I both have agreed that we don't necessarily have the biggest reaction, emotionally or physically to things like a lot of other people would. So that's always been our thing. Like, that's just not us at all. So in this case, though, I think it's finally sunk in. For me personally, it has finally sunk in that we have Zack Snyder's Justice League coming to HBO Max. Oh, it's finally sunk in for me. I can't tell you, I was at work and I was exiting our company vehicle after transporting something, and I see it pop up and I start listening to it at first. I only listened to it at first because I was outside and I couldn't see it that well because of the glare. And finally, I step inside, and after hearing it, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" And I finally get to see it now, and I'm like, "It's here. This is it." Just look at the tone. Tell me this doesn't. WB, what the hell were you thinking? Like, I don't know. I watched this clip, and I'm just like, you set up Darkseid so well. So I don't want to be an MCU bashing, but this sets up Darkseid so much fucking better than Thanos ever got set up. That stupid turn and smile in the first Avengers. Screw that. That doesn't even come close to this setup for Darkseid. So epic. The god is dead. Ugh.
I think a couple of the other things that I really enjoyed, like you mentioned, was the music, the score, Hans Zimmer, Junkie XL, who I'm not sure what type of blend it is, but it's just fantastic. It really sets the tone. I love the fact that Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor has a nice little voiceover in that. It kind of makes me wonder what part he is going to play in this movie. And then the last part, and I think one of the coolest and biggest things for me, is the fact that yes, it is Darkseid. It's really setting up Darkseid as a character, and like, oh man, we get the glimpse, you get the nice little zoomed in shot, but it's Darkseid, so he's not going to be a big point of contention for Justice League that we know of. So it's still not giving up a whole lot of Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's a nice little teaser, gets you the little Woody, and then that's kind of it. It doesn't ruin anything for you.
Not little Woody. This was full stuff. This was fucking hard.
This is that morning wood, like throbbing, like, oh man, I gotta release
that one where you gotta lean on the wall in order to pee and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
And the worst part of this is when I first saw it, there was a customer at our building, and so we had to help him. And I put my phone in my pocket while the trailer just kept playing on loop from Twitter. And I could still hear it every once in a while. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm just so lost. And I'm just like, God damn, this motherfucker, get away. And I want to listen to this thing and watch it a bunch of more times. And all I could think of was like, this guy just needs to leave. Why is he even here? We're not supposed to have customers here right now because of the thing in the world right now. Yeah. Like, what is he even doing here? And finally he just leaves, and I'm like, yes. And so I just go bail to a corner somewhere, hiding in a corner, just watching it over and over again. go over to my coworkers. I'm like, did you see that shit? And they were looking at me like,
what? Yeah.
So I'm like, he just dropped a trailer and that one mother was in the goddamn way. And I'm just yelling a bunch of stuff. Oh, I was just so freaking pumped. I guess this was the moment I needed more than anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm not like I said, I'm not a huge reactionary person, but seeing this footage, seeing what it was, the tone, everything about it, it matches up so well with Batman versus Superman and Man of Steel. It's what I needed more than ever. And I can't wait. I just can't wait for a full trailer. Man,
I know. August cannot come soon enough.
Oh, yeah. And just obviously the history lesson is going to have Uxas or Darkseid in it, not Steppenwolf like it was in the theatrical cut. Yeah. That's what it's showing there. It's just, man, it is just epic. And it's 30 seconds. And it's stuff we've seen a majority of.
Exactly. Yep.
And yet it felt so fucking crazy to see. And it was just, it also boggled my mind of like, why would WB cut this? I just don't get it. How it sets up from the previous movies to future movies. It just sets, and how it sets up the tone so well. It just seems to do what they did with the generic shitty history lesson that they did, where she's just talking over it and Bruce doesn't know what mother boxes are. Oh, they have money in them? Like, this is so stupid. And just to switch that out, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. And here we are, man. The first teaser trailer.
I really hope for naysayers of BVS, if you watch this, you will start to see the full circle start to get developed, because you have Jesse Eisenberg, and some people just said, oh, he's rambled, his lines didn't mean anything, and you get the awesome dialogue at the end of the movie when he's like, he's up against the bars, he's got the snot coming out of his nose and everything, and that's essentially what's playing in this video, in this teaser. And there it is. A belt cannot be unrung, and you're like, and then he's doing that ding, 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 or whatever. Yeah, and so that it just really shows the vision that Zack Snyder had for this entire universe, and it's a beautiful thing.
One of the things that's still extremely hard to get over is the machine now coming behind Snyder. Like, I still can't even wrap my mind around all this. Even to this day, AT&T, Warner Media, TNT, randomly the TNT drama Twitter will jump into this and just randomly insert Superman into the Matrix and randomly insert him into other things.
Yep.
It's hilarious. And it's just crazy to see now that when you have your studio, or in this case, when you have whoever's producing this movie, AT&T, Warner Brothers, when you actually have them backing you, how much hype it can build. When they're not trying to bend the knee to certain critics and certain outspoken fans that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, vocal minority for sure.
It's just, when you back them and say, no, this is where we're going. This is the line that we are, this is the line in the sand. We are going to continue with this no matter what you say. This is how it's going to be established. This is how we're going to tell our story compared to other universes. And it just blows me away to see this.
And the social media teams, Matt, you should go ahead and give AT&T and HBO Max a follow there on the right hand side.
Following them?
just because it's so epic, and the social media teams for both of these companies, and like you mentioned, Warner Media, TNT, it's fantastic. It's awesome. You can see them jumping on board, and like you said, they're taking the social media. That's what they're supposed to do. The social media experts, they are taking this and really running with it, and it's awesome. It's fantastic.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, brother, when Zack Snyder's Justice League runs wild on the social media? Yeah, like that was a mix there a little bit. Anyway, that was Macho Hogan,
right?
Hulk Savage. Anyway,
Macho Mania,
and this is what it was supposed to be, guys. This is how it was supposed to lead up to it, and it's just great to see the right people in the right situations now getting to experience this the way they should. Between the fans, the actors, everybody involved, and it's great to see. Even though it looks like it might be a while before we actually get the movie. Even though we're going to get a trailer here in August, which is going to be our next little thing we're going to briefly talk about, it might be a bit from what we're hearing around the what people are experiencing anyway. Might be a little bit before we actually get the movie, but
at least we are on the right track, and it's beautiful. It makes me appreciate, and I'm getting revved up again for DC movies, when before I was just such in a somber state of disappointment and depression of like, this is what we're getting. And nothing, if you enjoy some of the movies that we've gotten since BVS, I guess, essentially, then, you know, nothing negative on you, but to me, none of them quite lived up to that. And from the marketing, from the social media, like we're talking about for BVS, to the trailers, to everything. And then what we got after that, yes, we did get an awesome Justice League trailer at first, and then it started falling apart from the release of the movie. And now I feel like we're finally back on track. We're finally where we should be. As for DC, there it is, DC Fandom. For us, we're back on track, and it's hope. Hope is shining bright for sure. For us, by us. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Oh yeah, but so of course DC Fandom or Fandome, whatever it's supposed to be, it's going to be the Dome. Welcome to the Dome, bitches.
Welcome to the Thunderdome.
Yeah, even Zack Snyder put it as "Welcome to the Dome," which I thought was kind of interesting. How he put it. Let me see. I pull it up here. Yeah, I'll see you in the Dome. Yeah, that right there. That's some gladiator shit right there.
Right.
That's what we want to hear.
It's perfect from him.
And welcome to Thunderdome, bitches, for sure. So August 22nd, they're going to do their own DC con. I mean, they probably stolen Zack Snyder's idea here of SnyderCut and be like, hey, you know what? We should just do our own thing.
Yeah.
Disney already does D23 and stuff like that. Well, let's just do our own DC thing. Let's hype DC movies. Let's make those a big deal. Not try to hide them and sweep them under the rug and barely advertise them like they did with Shazam and like they did with Birds of Prey. Just let's embrace this shit and put our full force, all our social media aspects behind it. Man, what a time. It's so exciting.
My biggest disappointment for this is the fact that we have to wait till August. We have San Diego Comic-Con, the digital version or whatever they're calling it, virtual experience, I think, at the end of July. And we have to wait another month after that before we start to see some of this stuff. But I was reading the press release earlier for the DC Fandom, just information and stuff, and it really excites me, the different things that they're going to be talking about, and I thought it was interesting, and something that I wanted to bring up was some of the feature films and TV series and things like that are going to be included. Some of the, I guess, the information behind some of that. It's Aquaman, the Batman, Batwoman, Black Adam, Black Lightning. We have Legends of Tomorrow, Stargirl, more Doom Patrol stuff. And then even down to Lucifer, Pennyworth, Shazam, Suicide Squad, Superman and Lois, and then the SnyderCut of Justice League. And that's how they put it, the SnyderCut of Justice League, which I thought was kind of funny, but at the same time, fantastic. And Wonder Woman 1984, and just reading all of this stuff, Young Justice, Outsiders, Watchmen, they are going to have different things. You'll be able to, I guess, hear from the cast, creators behind some of them, new announcements, things like that are going with each of these, the pieces of IP, I guess. And it was super exciting. And then, we'll get into some of the other stuff with the Fandome in a second here, but it just reading that and reading all of the different things that they're going to be talking about really got me excited.
I did like this. I meant to talk about this earlier, but first ever sneak peek at JL. Like, this is it's just restarting. Like, fuck it.
Right.
Yeah. Ignore everything that ever happened before.
Yeah, forget it. This is first ever.
Yeah, first ever sneak peek at JL. Not Zack Snyder's Justice League, just Justice League. This is what you should have seen from the start. One of the things I thought was interesting that I saw some people bringing up was you see now the look here, the grading and everything, the color grading and how this looks. And then you go back to the image that Snyder posted a while back, and you can see now the contrast. Now it's so much brighter here, and it's so much darker, more of his tone here. in this one. So it definitely looks different.
You're starting to get the feeling.
Yeah, it's already changing as we speak. Even from that moment to this moment, it's already changing. The atmosphere looks different. Everything looks different. And there is Euxis right there, standing in all his glory.
It's beautiful. Beautiful, man.
We're here, guys. It's here. So, all right, guys, that'll wrap up this episode. We just want to do a quick recap of what happened today. We had to talk about it. And of course, we drop our episode this morning and everybody says, hey, there's a teaser. So that episode is mute.
All right. Yep. And moving right along.
Yep. We got to move on. Next topic, chop YouTube algorithm. That's what it's saying to us.
Yeah, shoot, for sure.
Yes, shoot, indeed. Shoot.
Hey, you said YouTube algorithm, so immediately I went, shoot. Gosh, diddly darn.
I'm pretty sure I've said fuck like 10 times.
That's fucking awesome.
So thanks again, guys, for watching this little episode recap. Let us know in the comments, what do you think? I'm sure a lot of you are excited. Of course, there's still going to be those individuals that say, Snyder trash Snyder. Anyway, or as F for family, as he would say, anyway. And let us know what you guys think. How excited are you? Did this just amplify everything up to like 20 out of 10 for you, just like it did for me?
They had to have. And a quick thank you and a shout out to our Patreon supporters and everyone who's subscribed to us. Make sure you hit that little bell for all the notifications. And breaking news, we do have a website and we are offering some cool items. We have hats, a t-shirt, and a mug to start, but we will be slowly rolling out other items as well. Super stoked for it. So we will have the link in the description below.
There you go. Hell yeah. In case I don't see you.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.